and welcome to Judy Talk Show. Like I mentioned before, I have 4 amazing ladies with me today. They are PhD students at UNMC. Today with me I have Christine and Sachi.
Hi.
Sachi. Sachi,
yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here today.
Thank you so much for inviting us. Seems like a very good opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you mind introducing yourself, Keishtee?
Sure. I'm Keishtee Napit, and I'm from Nepal.
Okay.
So right now I'm student, PhD first year student in Department of Epidemiology, just like Sahi. And I just want to say some background of mine about my studies. So actually I started my undergraduate, or I did my undergraduate in nursing. And then I started teaching for nursing students for about 3.5 years.
Oh my.
And then I thought of changing my career from this clinical, like nursing is purely a clinical sector, and then I planned to shift to the public health. So I did my graduate in public health. And then I worked for about 2.5 years in a public health sector in Nepal with INGOs, international government organization, and government sector, like it's with the coordination with both of them.
Yes.
And I worked for over 2.5 years, and then I thought, oh, I should do some.
Yes.
I should like forward my career in a doctoral degree. So then I prepared for here, and then I applied, and now I am here.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
That's a good background. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Yes. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Yes. So I come from a small city in northern India. I come from the mountains, way up. A beautiful city, and my family is a farming family, and my dad owns apple orchards back home.
Oh, nice.
So went to a convent school, got an amazing education. Then, like, if you see an Indian family, we usually go for an engineer or a doctor.
Yes.
So my dad, of course, wanted me to be a doctor.
Doctor, yes.
And I was like, no, that doesn't seem like super good. I don't want to study my whole life, which is ironic. I am studying.
Exactly.
I'm 28, so so then I got into biotechnology. I wanted to work with genetic engineering.
Okay.
That changed. I went to food science, and then that changed
again.
I came into public health. So I've been like shifting my career choices. Like they have been connected to each other, but when you think about like genetic engineering and food science and then public health administration, like it is definitely a little different from each other.
Yes.
But then I also got my master's in biotechnology, and then I got my master's in public health administration. And now I am finally getting my doctoral degree in
like
health services research.
You gotta put a full stop to it one day, right?
Yes, I think I'm not gonna study any more after this. I think.
You think?
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, that's a good introduction and a good background. All right. Okay, let's get into the questions I have here for you ladies. What excites you and what are you looking forward to?
Okay, the exciting thing is like every day you will get a chance to learn new things. Like every morning after I wake up, I just surf the Twitter, and you'll get to know various things sometimes. At least you'll get to know a new thing. So that's exciting me to like continue my study and get more things, learn more things. And looking forward, well, Nepal is actually, I think, you know, it is Nepal.
Yeah. I have a friend from Nepal. He's actually at UNMC.
Okay.
Yeah, Niran, I think.
Niran,
yes.
So actually, Nepal is a developing country. It's a agricultural country. So the whole health system is not so well developed, advanced compared to this Western countries. And what I was like, I did my master degree or master level education from Nepal, from the basic education to master from Nepal. So I just want to experience the education system outside my country. Actually, I have not focused United States. I was just thinking any country, it might be Australia, Canada, anyone. But I want to experience the education system and also the research and other things. Because research now it's started to develop in Nepal, but earlier it was not so advanced. Like now there's public health people, and they started to like conduct research. So I just what I thought before applying for the doctoral degree was I'll get the experience, first doctoral degree, and then gain some experience in the field, probably by working on maybe postdoc. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
You don't decide. Okay.
And then I want to go back to my country, and the experience, the knowledge, or the skills that I have gained from here, I want to like utilize there. Not exactly I've decided like in which way. Probably I'll collaborate with other friends or with the government. I haven't decided, but definitely I will.
You decide that later.
Yeah, use the knowledge and skill in my country.
Okay, awesome. What excites you, and what are you looking forward to?
So I know this is going to sound cliche, but helping people really excites me. I don't know, like the smile that people gets on their face, like it doesn't have to be a lot of big stuff. It can be like cooking for someone, or volunteering, or you know, just like helping some kids study or something. Like so I volunteer a lot. I volunteer with the refugees here in Omaha, and we were involved with this organization, which is a UNMC organization called Bridge to Care. So we would go and give basic lectures about how to keep your house clean, or what you should have in your fridge, and what kind of foods you should have, or health insurance, or Medicaid, or you know, these like basic things that refugees wouldn't know about the culture or the health policies that are available. So that really excites me, like the kids coming to you and just saying thank you with a big smile. Like that is just something that motivates me to do more and more. And then definitely traveling excites me. Like I have been to Tanzania twice in 2017 and 2018, and listening to people's stories, listening to their side and their perspective of anything, could be like a society thing, could be a medical thing, that gives me an idea of what should be resolved and what projects I might do in the future. So those things definitely excite me.
That's awesome. That's good. Like, that's a good motivation for younger girls.
Yes, I think like a lot of researchers feel that quantitative studies are only valuable. But I go for more qualitative studies because I want to listen to the background. I want to listen to stories. Like when I was in Tanzania, in 2017, I was working with emergency medical services, and they don't have a very set like medical service or ambulatory care. So we were working with that, with this non-profit organization called as Tanzania Rural Health Movement. It was an amazing opportunity. They were training border drivers, like motorcycle taxi drivers. With first aid, and they were the first responders. So like if there was any accident, they would come handy, and you know, they would bring them to the hospital. The second time I was interviewing midwives, or let's say the traditional birthing attendants, on postpartum hemorrhage, like how do they handle that? So like you wouldn't know what's happening with a society until you listen to them.
To their story,
Yeah, so yes, stories definitely matter a lot.
Yes, it does, it does. Like how you guys are sharing your own stories today.
Only theoretical knowledge is not enough. You
have to go to like experiences matter a lot in life. Like you need to be able to talk to people, be sympathetic, and be caring and kind to, you know, let them trust you to, so that they can tell you their stories. So I think being females, we are a little bit more, we have an advantage because
we are born with it.
Yes, exactly. Like we are very nurturing, we're caring people, you know. So we definitely have that in ourselves, where we can relate to other person, we can sympathize with them, we can say words in a certain way. And that matters a lot.
It does.
It really does. So females will make great researchers.
And then speaking of the feelings of female, I know you have a nursing background. So as myself. So the first thing they always look out for is you having empathy with your patients. You know, like where they're coming from. Usually if somebody is in pain, you think to yourself, if I was the one in that person's shoe, how will I feel? Like we mentioned, women, we are born with it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we just give it out
Yes.
without holding back. Yes, and it's true that you mentioned women are very good in research.
That's, I think, just in us, like our genes are built like that. So.
Like 99% or 98% empathy, sympathy.
Multi-purpose at the time.
Exactly. At the time. Exactly. So what is the most thing, would you say, what is a defining moment in your life?
Well, I consider whole the life like there are paths and paths, everything, like every path make a like complete thing. But I consider this opportunity to pursue my doctoral degree in United States. I'll consider that as an important or a best moment for this time right now.
Yes, well, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. What about you?
I think it would be when I chose to take my own path and go sort of against my family. I mean, I think I would have become a medical doctor, but somehow that was not super appealing to me.
Yes.
Like, the reason was because I didn't want to study my whole life. Irony again. But now that I think, just choosing and being sort of a rebel was the turning point. Like, you should be okay saying no sometimes. Like, it's important because you should follow your passion. If you don't, then it's just going to be a burden on you. You know, it could be anything. Like, I'm not saying go for a PhD and that's when you are just successful. No. You can go to a trade school. You can go and become an artist. You can become a dancer. Like, anything that you are truly passionate about, you should do that, and you will definitely be successful. I think I'm at a point where I can say that, but also going against the social norms, you definitely have that responsibility on you where you have to prove yourself, because then you went against everyone, like your family, your society, and the community, and then they will be always watching you like a hawk.
Don't let them say, I told you so.
Exactly. And that's what I am most scared about. Like, I don't want anybody to tell me that, see, like, no, there has been instances where I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, I'm so stressed. Like, this PhD is like super stressful. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm always, because it's a natural thing. You know, it's a very heavy degree.
Yes.
And my mom is like, well, we never told you to do so. And I'm like,
where is
it coming from?
Needed?
You should be more supportive. I mean, I know my family has been so supportive.
Yes.
Like,
but when you complain, they'll bring it back to you.
Definitely.
Like, I told you so.
And even though they are very proud of me, they still would be like, you know, you could have just had a family and get married and stuff like that. And I'm like, I didn't want that.
That's not my problem right now.
No, but like my family.
My problem is to finish my PhD.
Yes, they are. I'm so grateful to them that they never put any pressure on me to getting married, and like that is a very normal thing in my culture. To like, if you're 28, like you would be like, no, you need to start your family.
They will start checking
like
time for you.
And
biological
my family
time
was like, no, education first, and finish your degree, and you know, get your career first. And I don't think that happens a lot. So I'm grateful to my family in that ways. And I would say to everyone, like, be supportive of your kids.
Yes.
No matter what they want to do.
Exactly.
Especially the females, because if a lady in the house is strong, your family is always going to be strong.
Yes.
And that is very important.
It's
like,
true.
Educated woman would always have smart, educated kids, and the family is going to grow. So I think that's super important.
Yeah. And then now you just say something about that. You know, they have a saying that if a child is good, is the child of the father. If the child is bad, is the child of the mother. So because they held women to this standard that being the mother, being the wife, is your responsibility to be closer to your kids. It's your responsibility to sit down and know your kids. The man can be doing whatever, but you are the one that, when your child is bad, you are the one that they look up to, like, is the fault of the mother. And speaking of your culture, Nigeria have the same culture. It's either you're a doctor or engineer.
Yeah.
My dad wanted me to be a doctor. I have a talk show now.
Yes, it's amazing. Like, you chose what you
see?
wanted.
That's
and
life.
Yeah. That's life.
Exactly.
Like, and I'm sure he's super proud of you.
Yes, yeah. But my mom is proud. My siblings, they're like, yeah. And another good thing is, and we also have to advise young girls, because we are always the target of low self-esteem. So anyone that is watching this right now, you have heard my guest, always know what you want. Even though you say no to something your parents want you to be, but you are the one that's going to do it. You know your heart. You know what you want to do. So always look for your passion, and also get a mentor that you can talk to, that inspires you, that motivates you to become that person. So on the next note, what advice will you give to your younger self?
So I just in the previous interview also they have discussed this thing. So in my motto, or what I can say from experience of my life, two things. The first thing is, nothing is impossible. You just need to focus. You just need to, like, nothing is going to be impossible. Like, I came from one middle class family, and I reached here. It's not easy job. There were so many obstacles. Like, even when I got admitted for this PhD, there were some people who were saying, "What are you going to do with PhD?"
Yes.
When you get, like, after you complete your PhD, people will become, like, their attitude change, their this change. You are not going to get a better job. Then why are you going to do PhD? There used to be so much obstacles. So don't listen then. Everything is possible. So just focus on what you want and go ahead.
Exactly.
That's the first thing. And the second thing is, have faith in yourself. Believe yourself. Yeah, there might be people saying this and that. Don't listen to them. Just focus and believe in yourself. Until and only you believe yourself, you respect yourself, and you love yourself, you can't get to the thing you achieve. So just to have these two things.
Okay, I love that. I love that. So what advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't worry too much. I am a very worrisome person. I worry a lot about everything, about my family or my friends, or what's going to happen in the future. So I would say to my younger self, Sachi, stop worrying. Like, everything will fall in place. Even if you get hurt, you will still be fine, because like, pain is a great teacher.
Yes.
Like, even if there were moments where, during exams, I didn't get the best scores or I didn't get the best grades, like, it will fall into place.
Yes,
like, just enjoy every moment, because you don't know what's going to happen the next day. You don't know what's going to happen the next second. So, yeah, that would be my definitely younger self advice. I wish I could go back in time.
What tip can you share with a younger girl that is watching this now, that is trying to hold their head above water?
I would like to say that just keep pushing yourself. Like, you are a great strength, emotionally and spiritually. I would say that there is nothing that you cannot achieve. And for the families, I would like to say that please support your females. Like, please support your daughters, please support your wives if they want to get an education or if they want to follow their passions. And just keep having confidence in yourself, because that's very important. Because if you don't have that, you have to prove yourself to the world. If you cannot have confidence in yourself, how are you going to show that to the world?
Yes.
So I would just say that keep pushing yourself and just be yourself, be kind to each other, and keep pushing other females, because if we don't understand what another lady is going through, then who else would,
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add, Keishtee?
Yeah, what she said, like, it's almost the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes when you try to get something, you might not get at the first attempt or second attempt, but just keep on trying.
Yes.
Might be at fourth, fifth, So just keep on trying. Like I can give my example also. When I thought of changing my career from the clinical to public health, in clinical we just focus on the pathophysiology of it. There is clinical aspect, but the public health is a different aspect. We focus on the community. And in Nepal, like we have to give the exam, entrance exam before we get admitted. So when I look at the syllabus for the public health, it was totally different from the nursing. So I had to like prepare myself. I went through this syllabus, I studied myself, and I tried, but in first attempt I did not succeed. So again I tried next year, and then I get succeeded. So it might not be the case like you'll get in second, third. It might take more time, but just keep on trying, and don't have faith in yourself. That's what I want to say.
Exactly. I love that. I love that. Oh, is there any program? I know you are in the epidemiology department, correct?
No.
Oh, the administration.
Yes. Research
For some reason, let's see. So you are in the
health service
research. Okay. And then Keishtee is in epidemiology. Is there any program in your department that young girls can come for maybe a shadow, volunteer?
I don't think it's particularly in the department, but definitely if you are in college or if you're in high school and if you want to learn something, you can definitely contact our faculty members. And there is a high school alliance program with the College of Public Health where I know that students get enrolled in it, and then they would get some credits done if they want to get into a medical school or something like that. So I think that is a great way to learn about different colleges at UNMC. You can learn about the College of Public Health or pharmacy or the med school. So I think that is one of the opportunities that students, like younger females, can definitely go for. And otherwise you can just contact any of us. Like we would be happy to help them with anything.
That's awesome. Any opportunity at epidemiology department?
Yeah, same as her.
The same?
Said,
okay.
But you can also check the website, like there is some section related to volunteer opportunities, so you can just surf in and get updated, like there might be, and you can contact the professors. Of course, us too, if there is any, we can definitely convey the message also.
Yes. Any last advice you can give to young girls that think that education is not for them, or they are trying to reach their doctorate degree? Any advice will you give them? You know, anyone thinking maybe education is not for me, what advice would you give them?
What is it?
Sure. I would say that honestly, you wouldn't know if you want to get a doctoral degree, because I never knew that I want to get a doctoral degree. Like that was when I was doing my master's in public health, when I really started developing more interest in public health. So I was like, maybe I should get into more research and expand my skills and, you know, learn more about the field. When I was doing my biotechnology, I would have never imagined that I'm gonna go beyond my master's, because that was it for me. I was gonna go and get my job, and I was gonna earn money, and that was it. I never thought that I was gonna come to the States. So I would say that, as Shahi said, take baby steps. Like you will definitely learn what you are really interested in. I mean, I changed from biotechnology to genetic engineering, food, and then into public health. And since I was a kid, I wanted to become everything. I wanted to become a paleontologist. I wanted to become an archaeologist, a pilot. So, like you would know. And I think when you keep getting that maturity in life, when you keep getting those life lessons, you definitely know what you want in life and what is good for you, good for the world, good for your family. So just go with the flow, I would say.
All right. Well, I would love to continue this discussion with both of you. You guys have spoken well, like they said. And like we said, you know, we encourage younger girls to know what they want, the families to support them. You know, if they want to be anything, they can always be anything they want, especially if they have the family support. And if they know in their hearts, this is going to fulfill the hole in them, you know, try to support them, because we women, girls, we're already dealing with self-esteem.
Yes.
So not having that support is going to crush our dream.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
be it a daughter, a sister, a wife, a mother, whoever that comes to you and say, this is what I want to do your best to give a good advice to them. And this is to encourage younger girls that the sky is their starting point. So like I said before, I have two amazing ladies here, PhD degree at UNMC with me. I have Sachi. She's in a College of Public Health, Health Service Research and Administration. And I have Keishtee, who is in the Department of Epidemiology. Thank you, ladies, for being here. This has been an awesome show.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. And for the viewers, if you need any information, you contact me or you can contact my guest. So we'll see a way we can help the young girls to achieve their dreams. Thank you for watching. This is Judy Talk Show. Have a great day.